still out there.
I didn't see to make it come in.
Oh, yeah,
Maybe
you
she came
did.
into
Plugged
the-
in
I was
his,
walking
Climbed in.
back and forth in front of
his
this.
plugged in his recorder.
That way?
It came in right through the
Yeah,
window.
but I took off my cloak and invisibility only after.
So,
Yes.
the official part of this morning section is supposed to be introducing a little bit about the idea of what the hell modeling is. And one of the things that came out of modeling was the spelling strategy, which I'm going to leave to you. I'm going to.
What do you have in that thing, rocks?
Bed bug.
It says one there. Did you have to pay extra for that thing? How much was that, 70 pounds or something?
It's under 50.
Wow.
I have no idea. They're all these, there's a bunch of commonly misspelled stuff. And I will be just in the main room.
Personnel rather than personal.
Yes. Well, there's a bunch there to choose from, or they can make their own. I'll be in the main room. If I'm not in the room, I won't keep jumping in and getting in his way.
Good point. So, cool. So, who knows what NLP is? Anybody? NLP? Anybody? No? Come on, let's start over again here. Welcome to
So
the
hard.
Newport.
I know.
Yeah, go ahead, put this in.
I was reading off of
Read it. Go ahead if you want. That's what your answer is.
No, I was joking.
What's your answer?
I was thinking about this the other day. And one of the ways I describe it is actually NLP is one way of learning all the features, like maybe in your TV or cable box or VCR back then. And all these features you never used. If you learned how to use them, you had these shortcuts, and you would get better picture, better sound. You know, if you learn these features, NLP is one way of learning these features that you have that you may or not use.
Well, that's nice. Very cool. I was thinking about that the other day, actually. That process with my this camera that I've never bothered with actually reading the owner's manual and started taking pictures and then I started, why isn't there a smart part? So, oh, let's turn this part. Oh, look at that. It's much better now. So maybe I should read the owner's manual. Maybe there's something there. Yeah, that's benefit. How would you describe NLP? What would you say NLP is? If somebody said, what's NLP?
What? It's kind of funny because this is like my every Monday from people will ask me, what are you doing this week? And I was like, oh, I'm going to my NLP class. What's that?
Don't tell them. Don't tell them.
Keep it a secret.
Usually I say it's sort of a system. I define
Sort
it
of a
as
system.
sort of a system. It's not a complete system. It's
No.
a sort of system.
A sort of system.
That you sort of apply to life. I usually like feed out what it is, but basically I tell them that it's basically a way to use both your language and the language of another person to sort of get a clearer picture.
To sort of get it clear.
Right. I say
It's sort of a
lot.
system that you can sort of get a clearer picture if you sort of use the language of the other person
Right.
and yourself.
Sort of.
What's
Sort of.
the problem I have with like defining NLP is that there's so many different aspects to it.
Uh-huh.
You know, there's not just the therapeutic aspect to it. There's just like everyday situational aspects.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can't not practice NLP.
It's true.
Even
Well,
if
you can
you
not
try.
practice it, but you can't. John Grinder said you cannot not anchor. So in a way, you're always doing that shit whether you want to or not,
Like
but whether you're doing it purposefully, appropriately or not is another question.
Mhm.
So while you can certainly not practice NLP, but you're always doing NLP from a Christian, one way or another. How would you describe it?
I might dumb it down a little, but I use the software analogy, similar to what John said. I just try to say it's a system, behaviorally
It's not
based.
sort of a system?
No, it's a system. It's behaviorally based that kind of, there's a bad word. It's a behaviorally based system that lets you control, the software that is operating.
Okay. Lets you control the software that is your brain. Okay, what would you say?
Okay, I don't know, this just makes me laugh because when I was at home in Kansas City, Missouri,
Yeah.
like everyone's like, I don't understand what you're doing now, like it's just not a straight line, it's not, and I'm like, okay.
You're from like some foreign country.
I am, but like some of my family is in Kansas City, Missouri, so this is,
So you didn't grow up in Kansas City?
I did before I moved here 10 years ago,
Okay.
like, and it's another story,
Okay.
but
We
like,
don't
you know, so I really had to dumb it down, because I started to
Yeah, because it's.
go into like this like language that was up here, and my aunt and everyone was like, I don't get it, you
Yeah.
know? And so I said, well, neuro means the brain. So she's a nurse, so she got it. And I said, and linguistics is language. And programming, the funny, ironic thing about it is, you know, so neuro is like the way that people's brain has either had an impression or their imprinted patterns of doing things,
Mhm.
and the language that they use and how we use the language. But the ironic thing is the programming part is deprogramming how they have
Mm.
imprinted in their brain language in their universe so that they can go towards their true potential,
Right.
so to speak. So it's like deprogramming of how they're programmed. That was the best way that I could get it
That's-
across. So, just because it's so exotic to everyone in Missouri and all.
Yeah. Unless it's not.
Unless it's not, yeah.
Because after all, some great people from
And
Iowa.
But it was great to meet, not me, because they're my family, but sometimes I feel like I'm being reintroduced to them at different points in my life. But they were like, you know, they're just like clean slates. So they were like, well, would your clients know what this is? I'm like, I don't know that they necessarily need to know what it is. She's like, oh, but people in your field know what all these different terms are. And I'm like, yes, it's like people in the medical field.
Yeah.
You know, we don't know half of what they're talking about.
But I think it's really, really important to be able to translate it to layman language.
Yeah.
You know, a number of years ago, my cousin, who you've seen shortly, took an EST course, and has become the forum. You know, the EST was the Earhart Seminar Training or something like that. Now it's the forum. And he thought he was, because he'd taken this now, he understood, or he got, you know, what communication is really all about. And he just wished that somebody else in the family would take that course so that he could, you know, communicate with them. Well, think about this, right? Communication.